live again, chaps.
Certainly is, and a very good morning to you. If you just joined us, welcome back. It says 8:10:20. I've lost monitoring. I can't get what I'm doing here.
Oh dear.
Never mind. Okay. Do you want to go into the park for me, or do you want to just stand here and we'll talk about what we were having a little discussion about?
I think we'll just cover discussion because we've interviewed quite a few riders this morning, which has been good, and I think it's nice to do that. Yesterday the trial organisers got their timings a little bit wrong in the afternoon. Unfortunately, can happen. There wasn't enough allowance to get from Ferset down to the car park here in Fort William. These trials bikes are not high gear, they're not like road bikes. They actually don't do a high speed on the road, and things were a little bit tight yesterday, which is unfortunate. This has happened before in the Scottish 6 Days trial when things get a little bit out of kilter. Fortunately they take notice as to what's happening and they rectify it the next year. But I've had a suggestion from 2 or 3 riders now that a lot of the riders now are feeling that the half an hour working time is more than generous, but the lunch stops at 15 minutes are a little bit on the tight side to actually digest the food, etc. And 1 or 2 of them have actually said it might be a good idea to go to a half an hour lunch break and go back to 15 minutes working time.
All right.
And of course, because sometimes if they're in early, they can work on their bikes before they hand their cards in. So it's something maybe to consider for the future. And obviously the club should be looking ahead and not looking backwards. It's been a great event over 100 years, but to keep the thing going, you've got to add new things into a trial. Otherwise, it will wither and die. I mean, that's why over the past 7 or 8 years we've had Nevis Radio here, and the feedback has been very, very encouraging. There's people out there all over the world. Sorry? Yeah. Quick word with them. Yeah, I'll just finish off what I was saying, because obviously we're very grateful across the world to Nevis Radio covering that, and it's a new thing this year with the actual
they're about to go,
actual television. So anyway, we're just about ready to fire these guys off. Let's run them away now. Obviously we don't like to interrupt people when they're getting ready to go. That's 89, ready to go with number 90. I don't normally go as close to that when they've got their cards in, because the marshals start to get a little bit flustered and annoyed with us if we interrupt the riders when they're ready to get their cards, because that's the important bit. You don't want to delay a rider taking off, and of course there is a bit of a delay with us speaking here and you 5-second delay.
10-20 seconds.
10 seconds. So when you were actually speaking, Vinny's seeing that about 10 seconds later on. So there you go. But no, and as I say, the club are always welcome to suggestions. They might not implement everything, but at least if you feed back information to the trial organisers, it helps increase the popularity of the event for future years.
Yes.
So it's just something that's come to our attention in the past couple of days, and especially with last night with them being a bit tight for time. And of course they don't like to do that, because it encourages riders to pick up the pace coming back to Fort William. And of course there are other people working during the week. It's not just a trial week, everything goes on as normal in Fort William. This is just part of it, and we hope you're enjoying the coverage by Nevis Radio and enjoying the new facility of Nevis Radio TV as well.
Tell you what, he's got a question. I'll go over here.
This trial's a very fair sport. I mean, do people cheat at it? Can people cheat at it?
It does happen in all sports. There's always a degree of people trying things on, but I mean, Scottish.
How could you cheat in this? Time from the start. I mean, is it just things they do to their bike, or they could do to their bike?
Oh yeah, there's quite a lot of things they can do, and it has been tried in the past. I mean, for example, people have changed whole engines in bikes. Some individuals have actually swapped bikes. In fact, a couple of years ago there was a couple of riders excluded for changing machine. And we actually noticed it in the morning when we opened up the Nevis Radio site here, that there were bikes put to one side by the Clerk of the Courses representatives, the chief machine examiner, and over the years they've relaxed some of the marking on the bikes. I mean, you probably, if you have a close look at the trials bikes, you'll see little dabs of paint on the frame and engine components. These dabs used to go all over the machine, like wheel rims, wheel hubs, cylinder heads, barrels, crankcases, etc. And people do try to cheat a little bit.
Well, I mean, things like chains, they can change chains.
Oh yeah, they can change.
Sprockets and stuff.
In fact, they can change whole wheels now, because obviously with the advent of the tubeless rear tyre coming into its own in trials, it was a health and safety matter that a lot. This is why we've got Trials UK here in the car park, changing tyres for riders, because it takes high pressure air to put these tyres on the rim, just like a car tyre.
Yeah.
So wheels they don't mark anymore because they're interchangeable. When you think about it, well, it's not a reliability issue there. If you have a puncture out in the hill, you've got to try and fix it, get it home. But once you get it down off the hill, you really, what happens is they put in another wheel now, so they have spare wheels.
A damaged wheel could be dangerous as well, couldn't it?
Well, absolutely right, and we've got to maintain safety because that's what it's all about. And you're travelling on the highway along with other road users, we've got to respect that as well.
The bike's got to be road legal, I suppose, to do that.
It's got to be road legal, daytime MOTable, and fit for the purpose. So that's why they're always cleaning off their rear number plates in the morning. And obviously these sticky letters do have a tendency to come off. So the riders actually try to repair that in the half an hour running time in the morning and redo the number plates, etc.
I've noticed some of these bikes have a tax disc on their front mudguard as well. Are they all road tax?
Oh yeah, they're all road tax. Yeah, they're all registered for the
Yeah.
road. I mean, there's a rider there, John Holland's getting his beta ready. He's got a Cumbrian number on his bike. He'll have a tax just like you buy for your
somewhere
car.
on the bike.
Yeah, normally we wrap them round about the front fork. There is a legal position for them.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all to keep it right for the road traffic act.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem, John. Thank you. You've been fiddling with your little...
Yeah, I've lost one side of me monitoring device.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Oh, so what do we do now then?
No, we're okay. The Royal We are okay. I can still hear a little bit, so we're all right.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, because you know, still got to produce this outside broadcast.
Yeah.
It's my title. That's right.
I've got my own technical man here that feeds me all the information.
Yeah, because your microphone goes straight to a lift, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lift. Is a lift in Fort William?
No.
No?
It's in a shopping complex.
I see.
Down the south.
I see.
So
That's
they relay it back up.
Right.
Yeah, Metro Centre. That's quite
clever stuff,
yeah.
isn't it?
Oh, technical.
Very clever.
You're lucky you don't get the music from the lift.
Oh, you mean Muzak?
Yes, music.
Muzak.
Yeah. Time-wise, what we got? That'll do. What have we got to catch up on then? I'll tell you what. Do your wee break. Play a tune, but I want to pick the tune. Are you ready? And this might be a bit difficult to find, so you may require extreme typing skills for this. All right. It is. I'll give you the title of the song. Are you ready? It's it might not come up. Long way. No. To the top. Does that come up with anything? No, I'm not surprised. It's in there somewhere. It's around about the 5,000 area. AC/DC. No, because it won't come up under that because it's hidden somewhere. But it's on our secondary system. If you got that fired up.
You mean you've got tunes that hide from you?
Oh yes, yes.
Play hide and seek with Nevis radio tunes.
There's a backup system and there's a forward system. But system B, it's in there. Well, I'll tell you what. You do the break. During the course of the break, come out of the break. It's a long way at the top if you want to rock and roll. Thank you. Yes. I'll have to set my challenge, you know.
Indeed.
He's a good fella.
Fantastic. Hi Simon, could you also look out Jane Weedland's Rush Hour, because we're going to dedicate that or shout it out to rider Carlos Casas, because he really enjoys that particular tune. So that's Jane Weedland's Rush Hour. I'm sure you've got it somewhere. If not, please come back to Mr. Og. Thank you.